It all started with a teammate of mine, Andy Williams, and it was, I believe, 2009.
I think around 4th of July, I think we had a game too that we found out, ended up still playing. I don't remember who we played or what the score was.
His wife was diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia.
Our doctors at LDS said that she would need a blood donor match.
He came to the team in the front office and asked us to put on a drive. All the team got together and just an easy swab kit, take down your information, your phone number, your email, and that was it.
I've seen it work for my wife. People that got swabbed will be in the program for another 15, 20 years, and hopefully, they can be a match for somebody else.
End up getting traded to Philadelphia and then traded out here. 3, 4 years passed without updating any sort of information. The first people they test are your brothers and sisters because they're the most likely to be a match for you, and then they go to the registries that are out there. And my dad was the match for him, and the best possible match for him. So they went out to Arizona. My uncle was out there for a good 8, 9 months, and my dad was out there for a little less than 3 weeks to go through the whole process. To see the sacrifices that he was willing to make really put it into light to me. If I have an opportunity to help save someone's life, there's things that are bigger than sports. There's things that are bigger than the current job that you have, and for me, that was one of them. One day I was in my game room playing video games, and I received an email, and the email basically said, "You're a match."
You don't really think about it because it's been a few years. So when he got that email or that call saying that he was a match, it was pretty shocking.
We were on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. I'm not in a job where I can just kind of take 2 weeks off and it's not a big deal. It's obviously a very big deal. I was on a 1-year contract, so at the end of the year was basically when I'd be coming back, and I wasn't guaranteed to have a job at the end of the year. My fiance's pregnant, so there's a lot going on.
Chris came to my office and said, "I need to talk to you about something. I have this opportunity. And I think it might affect my playing for this year, but I 100% want to do it." And I said, "Okay, Chris, let's talk through the options. Let me do some research." We went over all the different types of extraction, and I told him the risks that were involved, the decreased bone mass and those things. All things, especially with a person in his position, hitting the ground every day. They were going to take the bone marrow from his hips. And so there was a big risk of fracture coming back from it. I was more worried about his health than he was. And so that was my role, was to look out for his individual health. And he was just focused on the person that he could help.
All I remember reading was the procedure itself and what they had to do, basically using the term drilling to get this marrow out. It kind of scared me a little bit.
And I must have done 4 or 5 nights straight of research to make sure, because at first I thought I was going to tell him no, and I knew that would absolutely crush his spirit.
Just boarded the airplane, getting ready to take off. Next stop, surgery.
Chris dives on this area 1,000 times a day in training. They extracted the bone marrow right from the back of his hip here, and they took a very large, long needle and dug 36 holes in the back of his hip here and extracted the bone marrow from that area and decreased the bone mass there.
I guess I kind of went into it a little bit too nonchalant. There was definitely moments where I was in shock of the pain. I was thinking of myself in my uncle's situation if my dad wasn't his match. And obviously I would do anything for my uncle to find him a match. Woke up, took a shower, which was nice. Took off all the bandages and wraps and everything, and now I just have 2 little Band-Aids covering up the holes. It's been pretty good. Talked to the doc, got the green light to head home today. Finally made it to Dallas in the car with my beautiful fiance. and heading home.
I think it mostly hit me when I had to pick him up from the airport, and you have this big guy who I'm lifting out of his wheelchair, and I could hardly hold him because he couldn't walk.
It was funny how fast mentally he was back to Chris. Can I get out of bed? When can I come over to the office? When can I get back in the gym and work? And you know, it took a lot of saying, Chris, we need to take this slow. I have to look out for your health. I know you want to get back.
What's up, guys? 3 weeks out. Still on the pool, but upgraded to doing laps and trying to get some interval work in with that. So trying to maintain my fitness as well as try and learn to swim well. So it's going well. Pretty excited about where things are going and hopefully be able to run later this week.
FC Dallas fans, please welcome back from his save, FC Dallas's own Chris Seitz with a big round of applause.
For me to get a call and hear that he's back at work part-time, it makes you know that everything that you sacrificed, everything you went through for this man is helping him get his life back on track.
I'm so grateful that FC Dallas actually allowed him to do this, because people don't understand that finding a match could be difficult for a lot of people. This was Chris's chance to save somebody's life, and why wouldn't you take that opportunity to do that?
I kind of imagine being my uncle. We're all going to know someone that has cancer, and me being a match for someone was really an opportunity for me to help someone out that was in a dire situation. I like to think of paying it forward.